For the past 30 days, I've been taking creatine monohydrate. So when I started this challenge, I weighed in at right around 184 pounds. At that point, I hadn't really, been lifting that much. Today's July 17th, so it's been the past month. Most gyms in Maryland still have been closed, or if they are open, it is not at full capacity yet. So a lot of my movements have been plyometrics, calisthenics, and then a ton of cardio, which really sucked because I wasn't able to track numbers for compound or Olympic lifts like the bench press, squat, or deadlift. It would have been nice to see the increase in my numbers, but I still think that I got a positive impact or a positive change in my body aesthetically. So when I was back in college, I did take creatine as like one of my main supplements along with some protein. And those were really the main supplements that I would use during my time playing college football. But it's been a couple years since I was consistently taking creatine. So I thought I would give this a challenge and then also track my progress over a 30-day period just to see what type of gains, whether it was muscle mass, whether it was weight, or just overall strength just in general. Being able to see the progression in your body over a 30-day period of being consistent, it could be a positive thing. And recently there's been a lot of links with positive brain function as well by using creatine, especially in people that are vegan or vegetarian, because you get creatine in a lot of protein that you consume on a day-to-day basis, especially coming from meat. And when you don't have a lot of protein and meat in your diet, specifically for someone that might be vegan or vegetarian, using creatine as a good supplement, it will actually help support your body and your system. There's been links that it helps with brain function as well as memory. And these are the good things that throughout your day, it might help you operate more efficiently as you're going through your day-to-day activities. I recommend using a creatine monohydrate. The main reason I like to use that is because that has been the most studied creatine out there. It's been out for decades, and there's been a ton of research. Scientists have done a ton of research on it, showing mostly benefits of it, and there's very few side effects to actually taking creatine. So if you do use it, I highly recommend getting a monohydrate. And regardless of what brand you want to use, I decided to use Optimum Nutrition, which is a pretty well-respected brand. They're really good about listing this banned substances in their products, or if it's NCAA approved, and they do a good job of kind of giving you the clean products and very bare minimum. They don't really add any extra additives, but you can really use any other brand that you would like, especially as long as it is a creatine monohydrate. Just look up on Amazon. There would be a ton of different brands out there that you can be able to choose from. The reason I chose Optimum Nutrition is because I've been actually using their brand over the past couple years through my time in college and also post-college. Me just as a civilian, I would still use their supplements, especially their whey protein isolate that I really like to use, and the creatine mixed in there with it. It's just a perfect combination. Personally for me, I like mixing the creatine in with my protein shakes. Especially as you kind of get more used to it. It's just an easy habit to put that in with your protein. After you get a workout in, just quickly drink that, and it just becomes part of that routine. A lot of people, when they first start taking creatine, they talk about, there's a loading stage and you should be consuming 10 to 20 grams of creatine that first week. But in my opinion, that's not really needed. I've actually looked up some articles, and different scientists and research have shown that that loading stage actually doesn't really benefit that much for the actual individual. So in my opinion, you don't really need to do that loading stage. So what I did starting from day 1 to day 30, I've just been taking 5 grams of creatine, and if I don't have it in my shake, if I didn't work out that day, I would put it in like a smoothie or my yogurt with like granola and stuff, and kind of mix it all in there. Or another good option is like with my morning oatmeal. And these are kind of good alternatives if you don't consume protein shakes. This is a good way to kind of get it into the different side meal or a beverage. I've even done it in coffee and then also water. When you're doing it with water, just make sure you stir it a lot and then kind of chug it back quick, because some of the remains of the creatine will actually be in the water still. So obviously, because I'm stuck in kind of being quarantined and a lot of facilities and gyms not being available, it kind of did suck because I wasn't able to maximize myself in the gym. But I will say, like, the gains that I was able to get after 30 days of doing calisthenics, plyometrics, and lighter dumbbell movements, and also a ton of cardio, I'm honestly pretty impressed. I started weighing in at 184, and by day 30, I'm actually weighing in at 192 now. So obviously part of that consists of the creatine, part of my diet, and kind of consuming more food over the past 30 days, just so I can put on a little bit more muscle. But I will say that the combination of both has really helped me. It's when you're taking creatine too, a quick tip for anyone, make sure you're drinking a ton of water. Okay, because your body, it's gonna slowly get dehydrated as well. And the thing with creatine, it's big on water retention, right? So the more water you consume, it actually is gonna absorb that into your muscles. So you will feel like your muscles are a little bit more swollen in a sense. And partly it is due to the water retention, but it is the fact that your muscles are getting stronger over that 30-day period. So obviously I've been doing a lot more calisthenics and plyometric workouts, and a lot of endurance, a lot of cardio. But you know how I've been feeling, but while using creatine, I think one of the great things creatine does is that it helps recover your muscles quicker. So you know, when I'm going day to day to doing push-ups and pull-ups, to squats, to doing a Murph, whatever it might have been, like my body has felt pretty good. So it's been able to help me push a little bit harder and further, maybe have longer workouts as well. So for anyone out there, if your goal for creatine is like literally just to get big, that it's gonna help you for sure, right? But understand that like the amount of effort you put into your workouts and how well you eat in terms of your nutrition are gonna be a big part of it, right? I mean, I think it's just like when people talk about steroids in a sense, like regardless, like if someone if an average Joe just takes steroids, he'll probably get stronger, but you have to mix the steroids, the creatine in this case, with that work ethic and that accountability just to see the maximum results. I'm honestly really happy about my results over a 30-day period. I was able to gain 7 pounds or so. And obviously that is something with very little weights. You know, I've really been like the main stuff that I've been doing has been push-ups, pull-ups, squats, and I have like a set of 25-pound dumbbells that I've been able to do, you know, some shoulder stuff, some, you know, arm exercises, and obviously using that to do lower body movements as well. But I think this can kind of just prove like, you know, we're kind of all stuck in this very weird time, like regardless of what state you live at, maybe, you know, you have more availability to, you know, get into gyms and different facilities to work out. But if you are maybe living in like a New York or a Texas or somewhere where the cases are rising and you don't have a place to actually work out, utilizing your environment, I think it's a powerful thing, especially during times like this when, you know, you don't have access to, you know, the barbells and heavy weights, but you can use your environment and still get a good workout in. At the end of the day, if you are going to decide to use creatine, I think this would be a great testimony for me being someone that hasn't touched that many weights over the past 30 days and kind of seeing the progression just aesthetically in my body and the growth that I've seen, you know, specifically in my arms and my chest and back. I think it is a testimony for anyone out there. Like, I hope you guys were able to gain some value from this video. Obviously with this being a testimony for me, being someone that has used creatine in the past, and I am a big advocate of using creatine, especially for athletes. And also people that are maybe just general population that are trying to enhance their performance physically and also mentally. I think there's a lot of benefits for creatine with very little side effects. If you did like this video, it'd be awesome if you smash that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel as well so you guys can get notified when I push out my next video. And also drop in the comments what you guys would like to see in my next video. It helps me brainstorm some ideas and stuff that maybe I would also work on as well for myself. And if you can, hit that bell icon so you guys get notified when I do push out my next video. But until next time, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.